Hey guys, I am so sorry. I am always late to everything, and it's still as of 2 o'clock this afternoon. I hadn't decided what type of live stream to even do or ask anyone. So Robert, as always, is quick on the draw and doesn't mind coming in short. Oh, thank you so much, Robert. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. There is a bit of a delay.
I can hear myself in the background. That's so
I can
weird.
hear the echo. I can hear the echo too.
Do you have it playing?
No. I can hear myself in the background. That's so there we go. That was the problem. I had the other video up so I could see the chat, and I didn't realize in my own headphones. Wait, I'm hearing myself. Oops.
Awesome.
My bad.
That's okay. That's okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you guys, everyone. Okay, so let's see who we got here. We've got AJ. I still have to get to you. I seen that you sent me a video. I'm gonna look at it. I haven't had a chance. I'm so sorry. James, Gene, Tahilium, R3, Brian. I use everybody's name so hard to pronounce. Rizzle, right? Yeah, they just
Rizzle.
Oh my goodness. So thank you guys so much for coming. We are gonna see, I want to talk about WandaVision. I fucking love that show.
Oh, so am I, especially the recent episode.
Okay, your mic's gotta go a little bit lower. Hi, Terrence. Okay, hi, David. I see all in Camus.
Yep, let me just adjust it. Hold on, and that ain't better.
Perfect. Okay. WandaVision, I haven't been into the MCU in a really long time. It just is boring. Hello, Raymond. And WandaVision really brought me back into like wanting to know about it again, into like actually liking it. Like it, not just the cutesy like sitcom-y feel, which was really cute. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, the whole concept of it. Even this last one with Monica Rambeau, who already has shown like better acting than Brie Larson.
Yep, I was not going to name names, but yep.
Oh my god, it's so good. It's Reese. Is. Okay, Reese. I will remember that. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, for one, especially after 3 sitcom-y episodes, we finally get a more traditional Marvel shot, style, and we finally get more context and everything. We get Lewis back. Haven't seen her since Thor Dark World.
Oh, I know. And she's so cute. Like, I love her personality.
You know what show she's had in between, right? She was on Two Broke Girls.
Yeah, with the blonde rich girl. Oh, my God. Yep. I never really watched more than an episode of it, but she's like, I like her. She's adorable. She's got, like, the cutest voice. I love it. And then, like, the whole... See, do you have any theories on it, honestly?
I personally think that I do think Mephisto might be involved. Once you have the twins in, and given how they are tied to Mephisto, and given the rumors that the guy who played MCU Quicksilver, he's in it. I've seen the clip. He is in this, dressed up as Quicksilver, but I don't know if that means he will be MCU Quicksilver or if he's Mephisto manipulating things.
Hi, Bears fan 85. I see. There was that little like trailer that came after this latest episode, and she's obviously waking up from something. So is she really there? Like,
I think she is.
I think she is too. But where will that is that going to play in at? Is that like a flashback? Quite possibly. Like
possibly, yeah.
I fucking love that show, and the girl that plays her,
Elizabeth Olsen.
Yeah, there's one part in that little trailer where she's like, Mondays, am I right? Hi, it's a trap.
That's nodding to current sitcoms like Modern Family and all that when they do the
I know, I love it. She's so freaking cute. Like, I wonder if her sisters, because they were real popular as kids, are super jealous now. Like, they've got to be.
I think they're
jealous. Eric.
I think they're also just so fried from Hollywood. I mean, come on. They refuse to come back for the Home Improvement reunion series. I think they're pretty much done with Hollywood.
Probably. It's so good though. I really am enjoying that show. Like I kind of at first felt like it had Mr. Miracle vibes to it. Like I know they took some from Tom King's, Vision, but they were all androids. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't married to a real person.
It's the general vibe, but it's taking more from the old Steve Englehart miniseries where they were married. They did have the
Right.
twins, all that stuff.
Yep. And then weren't the twins made from hands?
No.
They were in like the 80s.
In the okay, I'm more saying is that they were made through her magic, but she didn't realize she had taken their souls from Mephisto. Or a piece of Mephisto.
Yeah, his hands.
Okay, fair enough.
You're right.
What I mean. Okay, you're right. Sorry. Given how he still had hands, I keep on forgetting. Oh wait, he could just regrow new hands.
Yeah, I really, really like it. Like that's what I was saying at first. They had those like Mr. Miracles vibes. Is this real? Is he dead? Is she dead? It's something, but no, it's definitely like
seeing creepy zombified Vision for a second.
Oh yeah.
Is he reanimating his corpse?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, that's my best guess. What else?
That tells me she doesn't have complete reality warping. She has reality manipulating, but she can't raise the dead.
But that also brings into question if the other people in the sitcom, like the Agnes, do you think that's Agatha Harkness?
Yes,
I do too. But yeah, there's too many different like little tidbits to put it, like with her crochet thing.
And there's that one other lady who's apparently tied into something else as well, who's the other unknown factor.
Who?
I forget. I gotta look it up again. And Ruzma. I don't know if they're going with the sitcom format. They probably haven't done anything sexual.
Then that means
I don't think so. Given how they're doing sitcoms, and sitcoms are very
but they got pregnant. Like, come on.
Her magic.
I know. Yeah, but that's still pretty funny.
That is. What do you think of it?
David, thank you so much. You know what? Let me bring it up on my phone. I can't see the sticker on my on this like little setup here. I need to actually buy it, but I'm like,
that's why I usually keep on the other side. The
thank you so much, David.
Yeah, that sticker. Hey,
I love it. So cute. I'm
looking up who the other mystery is.
Which person are you talking about, though? That's what I'm confused.
When they were looking up who else was in there, like, this is playing who? This is playing that person. There were
okay.
That they were not,
And that's one thing I was confused about, too, is when they were putting the people up on the wall and they had them, like, the little papers they were using, were they all sword agents, or was they just using sword paper? You know what I mean?
Paperwork. I think they were using sword paperwork.
That's what I was thinking too, but I got confused.
I think these were people who originally blipped.
Someone said, hold on, I gotta put this. This is funny. Force seal break. He sounds like the male version of Nerdette. That's too funny.
wait. You talking about me?
Yeah.
I'm just being me.
Oh, that's too funny. But hey, Stephen D, and I seen Ruzma. Am I saying that wrong? I'm sorry. But yeah, I don't know. Like, there's so many different things that I just clicked on somebody else's live stream. Nice. That it could be going further, like with the whole entire thing. Like, I really, really am enjoying it. And I know some people were complaining initially, like saying it didn't have the MCU vibe. That's a good thing, at least for me.
This episode did get that vibe then, as we went outside of the sitcom.
Is your chat not working, Camus? Camus? Am I saying that right? I'm sorry. I apologize if I'm not. Let me look up here and see. Yeah, I think that's the first message I see come through for you. So I don't know.
Oh, no. There was another one earlier.
Okay.
I was supposed to watch that show when it's over.
What show?
I'm saying hello earlier. It's above after you said I will promise.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I am paused. I don't know. The show's like really got me back into being interested, as long as they still keep up the quality with this. The only one, like, is it Falcon and Winter Soldier next?
I think it's either that or Loki is next. One of those two is next.
Loki interests me. The other one doesn't.
Has a Mephisto hint off too, so
yeah,
Mephisto could be the big bad of all of these.
I that's what I'm kind of thinking. They need something. And I know they're bringing in I'm seeing somebody else say it too. They're bringing in King, right? They already cast King, I thought.
Into the Ant-Man movie, though, but that's for the Ant-Man movie specifically.
Okay. I wondered.
I also said,
hi, MK.
Yep. I also like how we had Darcy, Lewis, go, like when we have the skip after, like, wait, where'd Monica go? And she's like, oh, great, not again. Looks it up and like, there it is. I'm like, yeah, I was wondering, how does that work? If you're watching it as a show, how do you explain the stuff that we saw where it jumped? And she shows, oh no, it's still there. We're just not getting the broadcast. And that's the other thing is, I'm curious. It can't be Wanda making this an actual broadcast where it has the camera angles and all that. Something else has to be behind that.
Something does. It seems like just too much for one person. And then I went through the trailer on slow just to see what I could see. And it almost looks like Vision gets out. Like, but then does he?
I think he's trying to fight it. I think he's trying to realize it. And Wanda doesn't want that. It's like, know your place.
It's really, really good. Like, I don't like TV, and we're going to talk about Soul of the Dragon here in a little bit. I got bored. Like, it's gotta be really engaging for me to enjoy television. And that actually is like, I still haven't went back to Batwoman. Like,
someone brought up Umbrella Academy.
Oh my God. Ooh, I love Umbrella Academy.
I'm glad they're starting the new season.
It's has Gerard Way even written the third? Well, he's written the third volume, which was Hotel Oblivion, but they kind of used parts of that in season 2, so they don't have the Sparrow Academy even written yet. I don't know how they're gonna go about it.
He's probably involved more directly than we think.
I'm sure. I'm sure, but I seen the picture of the new people from Sparrow Academy today. They're even bringing in the little cube. Like, I love that show. It's so weird to me though. Like, I don't like Ellen Page as a person very much, but in that show, Elliot Page. My bad.
I'm sorry. I'm bringing it up because I'm just being polite.
There we go. Elliot.
They turned out. It says here. It was announced Volume 4 is going to be Sparrow Academy, so he's going to probably release it in conjunction, parallel with the series.
See, and that's cool because I like reading before I actually go into the show because I'm weird. I'm the one of those people that likes to like, I know where this is at. I know where this is at. Like, I love digging through stuff like that. But Umbrella Academy is one of those shows that there's not a lot of shows that can be better than the original.
Yep.
The Boys is so much better. Okay, so both of them. And that's why I put that up there because hi, Omega. Both The Boys and the Umbrella Academy were much, much better than the comic. The Boys fixed a lot of the stuff that Garth Ennis really messed up on. Like he
can't help himself. He can't help himself.
Who? Garth Ennis?
Yeah, he can't help himself with how much he deconstructs everything. I mean, come on. Look at he's the one who did that Bat Baby Dark Multiverse story during Death Metal.
Yeah, but he went really, really far. Like, he went to the point where, I mean, okay, this isn't spoilers for the show, but it is for The Boys. If you want to read it, like, Black Noir is essentially Homelander, right? He's just a clone. So when he tried to drive him crazy, he was like eating babies, and it was just like, all right, dude. And I like Butcher a lot more in the show than I do in the comic because he just was a lot more interesting.
Well, he was also a villain. Remember, he was not the hero.
Exactly. They changed it to kind of team versus team.
Yeah, although I will say, adding that super baby during that
that was I love that scene.
Oh, it is too, but at the same time you realize, it reminds you that he's still just as much of a bastard.
I know, but it's still so good. Like, I don't know, there's something about it. Hi, Francis and Cole, Black Phoenix and Glenn. I'm sorry if I'm in jubilation. I'm missing you guys. I'm sorry. I still have to review these season 2 of Umbrella Academy, but when I get talking about something like that, I don't want to stop. So those videos end up, hi Steven, being like 30 minutes long, and
I
I'm
don't
like,
blame you. I don't blame you. I've done the same thing when I would go on tangents. By the way, I am getting some videos out finally.
that's awesome. You can put your link in the chat so people know. But
I will too, but I'm just saying I'm gonna be putting some Rambo reviews out.
Rambo. Oh my goodness.
But yeah, me and Ingrid again doing our movie review.
Oh, that's cool. But yeah, the boys, like, I fucking love that. I get sad when those shows are over, or even when it comes to books. Like, I'm like, damn it, I wish I had more. That's good though. Like, that's good for the people that make it. It just shows how good it actually is.
Yep. Hey, you want to talk about Soul of the Dragon?
Oh yeah, let's. This is the new Batman movie. If you guys haven't seen, they did that whole like new format. Yeah, but they did the whole new format, like Flashpoint changed everything.
Oh yeah, well this is a case where it's back to being one of those done-in-one, self-contained, not connected to an overarching universe.
Yeah, exactly. But
someone's asking, are you into horror movies?
I a bit. I don't mind them. I just, like I said, I just get a lot of movies just simply I get disinterested in. I like the Saw movies. I love those movies. I thought they were really like unique. But other than that, yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Right, but still.
And plus, not gonna lie, like plus, anything paranormal scares the ever living shit out of me. And I'm like, it's dark, and I'm like, I'm not afraid of the dark. I'm not afraid of the dark. I'm afraid of what's in it. Fucking hate it. Hi, Andy.
But yeah, though, with but yeah, you were saying with Saw the Dragon. Like, personally, I've enjoyed it. I definitely felt it was a nice throwback to both 70s Batman, but especially the old 70s Kung Fu movies, and in regards to Bronze Dragon and Bronze Tiger, blaxploitation a bit. That whole era in the 70s where you had that style of stuff, but because it's animated, you actually get away with certain violence and everything. And again, just seeing some different sides, like of Lady Shiva having more of a conscience and everything. And
I mean, yeah, she did, but then again, she was also like a criminal underground person, so she did.
Not at first.
Yeah, at first she was good. That's why I was so confused at the beginning. I'm like, okay, all these people are literally villains. Like, your team is villains.
But then I think it's because after what happened to Orenchi that they changed.
Yeah, I agree. But like,
Terrence, by the way, Bruce Timm was only producing this movie. He didn't write it. He didn't direct it. He just came up with the idea for it.
Bruce Timm is a genius. Come on, let's be real. I said Brave Well.
Harley Quinn.
Oh my God, Bruce Timm is such a genius mastermind. Batman and Harley Quinn. I haven't seen that movie in a while, but
God, Lord,
I mean, like, I use
her farting in the car, and then Batman saying it smells like discipline.
Yeah, it's that. Yeah, that I will say, Soul of the Dragon was a lot better than that.
Yeah, but it was. I gotta say, it's kind of like a Saw in Arkham. It's a Batman name. Batman's in it, but he's not the main focus. It's the other character. It's a Richard Dragon movie more than it is anything else.
Exactly. But the thing with it is, like, okay, you take a niche market, which comics and superheroes are a niche market, and you make it even more by making it. Oh, let me see if I can put it. Hey, Nerdette, thanks for the subscription. Hope you found the North County video interesting. Thanks for being you. Thank you so much, Albert. I really, really appreciate it. But then you make it even more niche by putting it into a 70s Kung Fu type movie. I'm not a Kung Fu person. I don't know that I've ever even seen a Kung Fu movie, so I got disinterested right away. It took a good hour for me to be like, okay, this is okay. And then at the end, I'm like, wait, is this Mortal Kombat when Richard gets the dragon on his head? I'm like, I'm watching Mortal Kombat 2 all over again. Why? But I did die laughing. I died laughing when they were all separated. And then they came back together and they were talking about Bronze Tiger and going across the United States. And kind of like going through different towns and kicking butt and taking names, right?
Right.
And then he's like, "What do they call you, Black Samurai?" And I died laughing because that look on his face, and he's like, "It's Bronze Tiger."
Like, nah, they call me Bronze Tiger.
It's like Black Samurai.
See you,
like I can't
see you as a see you later. It's a trap.
Oh, thanks for stopping by. But I just died laughing. I was actually surprised DC put in a joke like that. I was like, oh, that's so funny. But like, it was good. Don't get me wrong. But I do miss the intertwined kind of continuity. And then I miss Robert Tompkins.
Right.
Love the show and channel. You rock. Thank you so much, Robert. You guys are awesome. Every
AJ,
single one of you.
We do see you in the chat. Yeah, we're just sorry. We're trying to get to whoever we can.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm really bad. Once I get talking, I just kind of chit chat. I'm getting more used to this, though. I am getting more used to it, so it helps. But so, what'd you think? Tell me your opinion.
I thought it was damn good. I really enjoyed it. I wouldn't say I full on loved it. I mean, there were issues that went on. Like I said, it didn't feel so much like a Batman. It felt like an ensemble movie where Batman was in it. It'd be like if they made an adaptation of that, when they did that Spirit, and when they had the rights to the Spirit, and they have a couple of other pulp characters and everything, and they just have Batman tossed in because he was kind of pulpish. It's like, yeah, it felt more like that, where Batman's just part of his ensemble, but he's not the main lead of the ensemble, just like here.
Yeah, and it wasn't horrible, don't get me wrong, but we've come to expect like a quality from DC because their animated stuff is really good.
Better than Marvel ever was.
Yeah, and it's
except for the 90s. Marvel was close in the 90s, but then after, when they started doing direct-to-video, when they both started doing direct-to-videos, Marvel was very hit and miss. DC more hit it out of the park lately.
Yeah, and now that they're going into this like their own thing, like
JSA, World War II.
Don't get me wrong, I'm really excited for the JSA to have their own movie, but I'm scared at who's going to write it, considering the subject matter. Like
from the looks of it, from what they've shown, they are playing it straight. Typical Justice Society.
I haven't seen anything. I
saw there's a behind the scenes stuff on the Blu-ray, which I got.
Oh, okay.
And it does show that they are playing it more like a love note to the Justice Society.
Good.
And it's playing kind of similar to what you saw in Robert Vendetti's Freedom Fighters and all that stuff, where they're not doing any allegories. They're playing it straight up, like I said, being like in World War II, just them dealing with the Nazis. Although one thing that did concern me was you have Stana Katic voicing Wonder Woman, her third DC role. She was Talia in Arkham City and Lois Lane in Superman Bound. But here she's talking about how she looks, and the way she described Wonder Woman and Steve's relationship is saying it's more platonic. Even though when we see clips, they keep on saying he's her boyfriend and all that stuff. I'm like, okay, is it more of a case people are reading into it, or is Stana being a little standoffish about it? I don't know. It's not like Nathan Fillion's in this anywhere, so trust me, Stana would not be anywhere, after all the stuff on Castle, she wouldn't be anywhere near the project if Nathan was in it. As much as I love Nathan Fillion, I'm aware those two have bad blood.
Oh, yeah. Nathan Fillion's going to be...
Hey, AJ, come on, don't go that far.
The animation film marks this year. I don't get what that means. But yeah, I mean, to a point, it wasn't near as good as yet. Like, compare it to Justice League Dark. It wasn't near as good.
BM, you're not late.
Hi, BM. Yeah, but like
Superman, the Superman one.
The
tomorrow.
The American Alien one. Yeah, but
which seems to be which does Justice Society one seems to be closer in animation to.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I just think it seems like they've taken a little bit of even. Don't get me wrong, the new Superman one was good. It was written well. The animation was okay. It just isn't. It just feels like it's going downhill. I don't know why.
And they are going to do Long Halloween as a two-parter, so they're going to give it the full attention.
I think, like they did with Hush, they'll.
This is going to be closer to
the real thing.
Batman Dark Knight and Dark Knight Returns, where they're going to. Yeah, it's going to be the real thing. There is no, and they wouldn't make a two-parter if it wasn't.
Well, I'm just saying, like with it, I think they'll actually put the quality into it. That's what I meant.
Oh yeah, there's talks of them rebooting the Batman anime series or continuing it, one or the other.
I heard that too. Like that, I agree that if Kevin and Mark don't come back, it just won't feel the same.
I think. Why do I have a feeling that Returns and Adventures Continues comic had something to do with it?
You're probably right. I didn't even think about that.
I think it did. I think this had something to do with them getting that attention, or they're just desperate for content.
Oh, Terrence said, I hope they don't screw up Long Halloween. I don't think they will.
No, if they're going to give it the two-part.
Two-parter. Yep.
If they did it as a one-parter, oh yeah, they'd fuck it up. But this, I think they're going to go through half the first 6 months, and then they're going to do the last 6 months for the second part.
I imagine so. I imagine some things will change because then you know everything.
Wait. It's called Gotham Knights, and it's not out. Oh, someone's asking about the game. Never mind.
Oh, the game. Yeah, I can't wait for Gotham Knights. I really, I will. I don't care. People like these kind more. I will be streaming. Yeah, I'm so excited for that game. I seriously waited for. I think I made videos about little hints that Scott Snyder was giving probably 2 years ago. We finally got an announcement. It just took forever.
They were right. It is evolving the court.
I didn't like the Hush movie. I think they bombed the Killing Joke after making Batman Bang Bang Girl.
That's where I would blame Bruce Timm on. I think he gave those notes to Azzarello.
Yeah, that was something else. That was no. That was that. I mean,
no, it's not. No, it's not going to be only for PlayStation 5. It's for multiple systems.
Then next year, Suicide Squad kills Justice League. That looks so good. Like, I was shocked at how freaking hot Harley looked. Spinner. The best thing about the Man of Tomorrow was Lobo. I agree 100%. I love seeing Lobo in action. Like, I was so glad when he got a huge part decent sized part in Death Metal. Like, they're finally giving characters recognition. Thank you so much for the super chat, by the way. I love seeing Lobo. Like the first half an hour of that movie was literally American Alien.
Yeah, well, a lot of it was. Even having Lobo show up was American Alien. But I think they use it as a broad stroke rather than,
I'm dying. I want to see Batgirl bang Batman. I are 35 hentai for that. Yeah, that was terrible. Just like the worst rendition ever. I don't know what was going through his mind. Nobody wants to see them two bang, especially when they made her like. Sometimes there's versions of Barbara that's of age, and sometimes there's ones that are really young, like in year one.
I think that one was of age, though, since that's playing off of how she was in the comics then. She definitely was. Remember, that was when she was pre-crisis. That was early days. She was a member of Congress or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Lobo's going to date. Non-binary Flash is totally going to bang Andy Curry.
Well, that's only at that age. If
I've already shipped them. It's too late. It's happening.
Except if
it's happening.
If it's present day, though, Andy's too young.
It's totally happening. Yeah, Andy's too young right now. He's a baby. They're so cute, though. Hola, hi Rob, hi Billy. Yep. I know and we're going like every topic change. I'm sorry, guys. This is how my brain works. It's my ADHD.
What I've learned is people sometimes love when things just go over the map. Unless they tell us to stay on a topic, I think we're good. Okay, come on, be honest, you guys. Tell us right in the chat. Do you mind that we're being all over the map, or do you rather we stay on a topic?
Yeah, my brain doesn't work with staying on a topic unless I have like a script or something, which I very rarely use. Sometimes I'll use scripts for like explanations, like Simon, origins.
Simon, there's nothing wrong with shipping per se in general. It's those who go overboard with the shipping. Those who are like, it's my shipping or nothing. The ones that actually lead to the toxic fandoms.
Oh, yeah, I'm just kidding around. I don't really think that. Like, I just think that they were flirting, and that's why I called it. It wasn't like I'm going to fucking get mad at somebody like some of those crazy people do.
Oh, trust me, but I've done some shipping myself. But again, I do that just in my headcanon. That's it. I do not say, like, if they don't do it, I riot. I'm just like, oh, they didn't do it. All right.
Like I always will used to at least want Batman with Talia. And yeah, that hasn't happened in a while. So now with the did you read Catwoman #2? Batman Catwoman #2?
Yes, I did.
That was terrible. Like it like
I think
spoilers. Anybody in the chat? Like the whole thing barely for like she killed Joker as an old man.
No,
I mean,
I don't think she killed him. She left him there.
I mean, what it didn't push the plot any further, didn't it?
True. I'm willing to wait a few more issues before I drop it. I'm not going to drop it with just a second. I'm going to wait and see.
I know, and that's what I always want to give Tom King the benefit of the doubt, simply from stuff like Vision or Mr. Miracle or the War on Jokes and Riddles. But damn, he used to be such a good fucking writer. What happened in the last 2 years?
Ego.
But
again, no, Strange Adventures has been very good.
Strange Adventures, I forgot. I just finished that one last night. Was it 8?
Yeah.
It's really good. It's been really good, but it doesn't go the way I like it, so I'm kind of mad at it. Like,
yeah, but I do think it's starting to answer things finally.
It's Batman, Catwoman, Black Label. Yeah, because I don't, it's not canon, so it's just like meh. Catwoman is going to bang non-binary Joker.
Oh, come on.
It could happen.
One that doesn't even exist.
Well, then let's make one.
No, thank you. The only thing I've ever been to a gender bent one was from that the thrill killer Joker.
Well, you've got Martha too, and Flashpoint.
Martha, I'm talking about one that's not a already established character turned into a Joker.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. And Martha as Joker though was interesting, and nobody was like SJW just because it was good writing. You know what I mean?
Hey, AJ, settle down.
What am I missing? I'm sorry.
I don't know either. I'm trying to figure out who. Talk about Rick Sanderson going to bang non. Okay.
Tom King is better with C and D characters today. I actually completely agree.
Oh, I agree too.
Like with Mr. Miracle and Adam Strange, it's been really good, but when you put him on Batman, it's terrible. His Rorschach is terrible. I stopped reading it. I can't. Oh my god. I streamed through looked through the last one, but I can't do it anymore. It's terrible. It's not good. Like, I don't know if it's just me. If you like it, I apologize, but I can't get into it. He just.
Oh, well, someone did bring up the Batman Elmer Fudd one shot. That was one of the best things he ever wrote.
Yeah. Hey, Incubus. Yeah, that was really good. That's what I'm saying. What happened in the past year and a half?
After he was able to realize he could flex his might around and get that editor up the book so he can give the Batman Catwoman bit to David Finch, who was not hurting for work.
Yep.
Because again, I have to agree with I believe it was Mark Doyle, whichever editor it was.
It was Mark Doyle, yeah.
Yeah. He was like, whoever gets this, it's going to be reprinted for the next decade. It should be someone who deserves it.
I understand, but why get someone fired, or not fired, but taken off the title, eventually fired? You don't know, like that could have, if you think about it, the butterfly effect is different. If he was still on Batman like Ben Abernathy is, it could have kept his job. I don't know. I'm not saying that it's Tom King's fault at all. But I'm just saying, like,
we might not have gotten Black Label if he was still on Batman.
That's true. That is true. Black Label is definitely
that came out after Doyle left. Batman. So
yeah, that's true. Black Label is really good. Even was it just recently that came out? Black Label that had Andy Corey as the editor was good.
There's a bunch of those, but still Andy Corey still.
Yeah, didn't he edit Harleen? I'm pretty sure he did.
Joker Harley.
Criminal Sanity.
Yeah, which I got.
What have you been thinking about that?
Every issue I have to sit on and think about it every time. It's just like, what do I feel about this? Because sometimes it's good right off the bat. Other times you need to be like, wait, and then you gotta really reread the other series then to be like, oh, okay.
See, my thing is like, okay, it's coming from her perspective, so maybe that's why Joker's hot, but Joker with abs and like being like good looking is still weird to me unless it's drawn by Steven Stajek, then I get it. But that was a recollection from her perception. Now,
I also think it's because it's a more realistic Joker.
Yeah, and I get that, but Joker to me just shouldn't be super high. It shouldn't. And I looked through that book and I'm like, I've never thought this about Joker before. It's so weird. Like, I don't know. I'm glad whoever they had on the art in the first couple issues.
Oh, Mike Mayhew.
Oh, God. I'm so glad that's over with. Yeah. That art's terrible. It's like, hey, let me take a picture of you. I'm going to put a filter on it and put it in this book. It's fucking horrible. But it's definitely getting better.
What about the recent Other History?
I haven't finished it.
I'm not a fan from what I read, especially how it's quite clear Ridley's just using these characters as mouthpieces, because the stuff he's saying I can understand more so here than on the last one and then on the last issue, but it's still like this is not stuff these characters would say. Like having Bumblebee be totally jealous and upset about Donna's wedding. One of the best wedding comics of all time, weddings and comics of all time and superheroes, and being all like, oh, she had everyone there when we had it. Malcolm and tried to say it was a private affair, but no, we sent an invitation out. Everyone was too busy. It's like, you're really going to dump on their wedding.
Yeah, it's like one thing I noticed about John Ridley's writing, and it's not just in The Other History, and I'm enjoying the next Batman, don't get me wrong, but he does, when he can dump on a character to raise up his own personal character, he takes that opportunity and he runs with it. And it's a shame because John Ridley, everything I've read from him has been solid. The bones are there. If he changed a little bit of dialogue here and stopped honestly going with it reeks of like the anti-racism rhetoric. A lot of the times it's like, oh, they made talking about Guardian. Oh, they made this black man a maintenance man. Like, how dare they?
Yeah,
like,
again, I can understand why there might be some to a degree. Some of the stuff they say, like how the Teen Titans are being underestimated because they're kids and all that, or because all that stuff. I understood that to a degree. Yeah. But then when they started saying stuff like during Crisis, oh, reason why Supergirl got killed because she was still called Supergirl, not Superwoman, so she wasn't in the proper mindset and everything. I'm like, again, what do you have against Logan and Perez?
Yeah, I don't know, but he clearly has a vendetta that he wants to kind of flesh out. Yes, and it's not just the newest book. He did it in the first one too.
Oh yeah.
And he does it in the next Batman.
He was worse in the first
one. It was.
Here, it made more sense because he had characters where you don't see him that often, and you can understand it to a degree. It's not like, again, Jefferson Pierce, he's been around and utilized a lot more than Malcolm Duncan and Bumblebee.
It's a shame too because I like Bumblebee as a character. They should bring her out.
I love her in the DC superhero girl.
That's how I know her too. She's so cute. Like I really do like her as a character. They should utilize. I know we're going to identity politics here, but that's what this book is. That's what it is. And if they're going to put that into the DC universe, put it in there correctly.
Wait, why are you censoring yourself? What do you mean?
Am I censoring myself? I don't mean to be. I'm just saying, if they're going to put identity politics into the books that we're reading, why not take the characters and make them bigger than what they are? If you want to change, if you want to gender swap, flap, blah, 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 take Bumblebee. No, she's a nothing character. She's an F character. Besides in Superhero Girls.
Well, technically, she is a bit more well-known than her husband.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, both of them are nothing characters. If you want to raise up this diversity, use these rich back histories of characters you already have. Instead, no, they're like, fuck it, let's change this person here, do this, do that. It's
DC
silly.
Is much better at utilizing their long-established characters than Marvel is. Marvel's like, well, let's just make a. Marvel's more guilty of making new ones than DC is by comparison.
Bumblebee is a transformer. Yes, Bumblebee is a transformer too.
Yep, but so different Bumblebee.
Static Shock. I know they are they wasn't that supposed to be coming out? The Milestone Universe supposed to be starting?
I think that's been delayed. I think.
Of course it has. Like, oh, they're so.
Of course, given that preview issue, I'm grateful.
There's a new one coming out with a green cover now. About
Ridley wrote that too.
Ridley wrote the new one. Oh yeah. Wait, no,
Ridley did the preview comic.
Oh yeah, that was when they changed his thing. But then not only that, but if you've seen those there's a new represent coming out, is what I meant. It's like a black man on a farm, and I'm like, what? Lord, I can't. Why are you doing this? They keep delaying the Milestone stuff. And I know, and it's really silly.
Since we're on the topic of other books that we've read, I gotta say, as much as I like Deceased, this recent mini was all over the map.
Which one?
The Dead Planet? Deceased.
Yeah. Not only that, but it felt like it was coming out like every 4 months. Like, I know it was because of the delays and stuff, but it felt like.
No, I think they
came and there's plot holes. Maybe it was just me then. I feel the same way with Department of Truth, because I want to read the next one right after it comes out. But
but this one felt like it's not even so much a plot hole, so much that they set up plots and then they didn't do anything with it.
Like Superman
and Darkseid. They brought in back Darkseid, and they just in issue 3, and we don't see him anywhere. We don't even see a hint of it. They just end it.
I know. I wonder.
Constantine takes over.
I like Constantine.
Well,
but
I like him too, but let's be honest. When he comes in, he's the one who kills off all the other villains and then takes down Trigon all on his own, with Jonathan getting one punch in. When this was all meant to be about, the reason why they did the time skip, to give us a much older Jonathan Damian, and Cassie. Oh, I gotta say, that Damian Cassie relationship seems squicky, given how there's already an age gap already.
Oh, I didn't mind it. Didn't Cassie die?
No.
I don't remember. One of them died.
No, I don't think any of them
One of the girls died? Yes.
I know. Stephanie died during the digital. That was during the digital.
That was it. Yep, you're right. I couldn't remember. I knew it was one of them, but
Cassandra Cain became the new, gained the power of Shazam, aside from Mary Marvel.
I know. I don't know what's up with the Krakoa making all mutants poly. See, I don't know. I don't read it. You know why? That's why. Like, I have no interest.
I have no interest either, to be honest. The only Marvel book I read is Runaways.
Oh, I haven't read Runaways in a while, but it used to be really good. See, I hear stuff about Krakoa and the Black King in Black and stuff, and
King in Black I've skimmed through. That is good.
Well, Donny Cates is a decent writer, but the whole Krakoa stuff, it just doesn't feel like X-Men to me anymore. And
no, it doesn't. It feels
Dan Slott gets in trouble for it every other month, and it's just
once he got in trouble with it once.
Yeah, I know, but he seems like he gets in trouble all the fucking time. Like, between that and Marvel 616, I just can't do it. Isn't Wolverine banging Cyclops now or something?
Cyclops and Jean, that's where they were asking about them being polyamorous, which I haven't heard that being brought up recently. I just remember people still remember that.
And then, no, I know they changed somebody's sexuality too. They're just like Kitty Pryde, I think it was.
Kitty is now bi.
Yeah, it's just here. Oh, and Guardians. Star-Lord, everybody, stop! It's not even funny anymore because we can predict it in 2 minutes.
Another one.
MKF30. Love your other history. Love your DC. I still have to review the other one, but I just can't get through it. I'm halfway through it, and I'm just like, this is painful. It's painful.
Jen is asking, did you read Dark Detective 2?
Yes, I did. I should review it. I've been really bad with reviews lately. They take couple hours to edit, so I've been screen recording.
David, EBS is not right. He is not gay. Wolverine is not gay. There's a version out there that is gay, but Wolverine is still, well, again, I don't know how you explain it currently, but he is at the very least bisexual, but not gay.
Yeah, but that's weird. All right, let's be real. Wolverine in the MCU is one of the most like manly men.
Well,
Why?
yeah, huge.
Why do that? Why?
I
It's
have
so
no
silly.
idea.
It's so dumb. Like, it's really dumb. Um, oh, Dark Detective. I enjoy Dark Detective. Here's the problem I have with Dark Detective. Right now, it just feels kind of like they're going through the motions. There's not a whole lot of action. Like, I, I don't know. Mariko Tamaki's doing okay with it. It's good, but it just feels like I want to get to some actual answers. And I know we still have 2 more
Yeah.
to get to it, but it doesn't. Next Batman 3 and the Wally West story comes out this week, right?
Let me double check. I have a list of my comics I get. Next one is Flash, Harley Quinn, Superman, Metropolis,
Oh, Harley Quinn.
Swamp Thing, Next Batman, and Wonder Woman.
So
Also,
we're officially a month into it because that's the first stuff that came out.
Yep. Also, we're getting 2 final issues of Black Label books: Hellblazer, Rise and Fall, and Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey.
Wait. Rise and Fall's over?
It was only a 3-issue series.
I'm so fucking sad right now. Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you. That was always meant to be 3.
I thought it was 6.
Nope, it was 3.
Oh, damn it. That's so gay. That's
you
totally
like,
not gay.
That's your way of using an insult, isn't it?
Yeah, not really. Like, that was just something we said as a kid, and now it's like okay, whatever. I'm so sad. I wondered when they were ever gonna finish Harley Quinn. That's so late.
Oh yeah, but at least I think that's because Amanda Conner, let's be honest, she's a slow artist.
Yes. Yeah, she is slow, but Erratic has been awesome. Like, what is that? Car Andrews, so good. Like, it's so different, but kind of not. It kind of reminds me of Spider-Man. It's been really good. It's one of those indies that not a lot of people know about.
Oh yeah, that one. I seen that first issue.
It's so cute. Like, I just read issue 2 a couple days ago, even though it came out I think last week. But it's really, really good. It's really good. It's Car Andrews' art too is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
His covers are so good.
Yep. But oh yeah, so much for that Truce book, Truce and Justice being about Vixen.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. I thought that was a Vixen book.
It was just the first 2 issues. Looks like it's just everyone.
Did you notice on the Sensational Wonder Woman 2, every 2 issues it changes? It's dumb. It's bad. Like, both of those, I would honestly say, like...
Well, I haven't seen the recent issue, so...
Oh, the one with Superman on front?
Oh, no, I have not.
I haven't read it yet either, but, like, why? What's the point of those series? They're not good. They're not good at all, at least in my opinion. I mean, some people might like them. I feel bad when I say that, but they're just throwaway stuff, honestly.
Yeah, no kidding. I don't blame you. Oh, did you hear rumors apparently might be a Punchline HBO series?
I have, but we got this covered, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They pan out about half the time, but I can too. I can make up rumors and have them pan out half the time too. It's not that hard.
Exactly.
Like, you just go with what's popular.
Exactly. And just a lot of times, that's why I think with a lot of these people, they just throw it out there, and at very least they're hoping if we say it and people start begging for it, maybe Warner Brothers will do it.
I mean, I would be okay with that. Like, but she again is one of those new characters that they're taking and putting up. At least, like, it would probably be good. I'm assuming so.
Very true. But
I did hear they're also still doing Justice League Dark.
Oh, yep. Oh, that's what Grace Randolph does. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
That's what Grace Randolph does all the time.
She does. She'll just say it, and then it'll become true.
And she'll be like, I heard that A is going to happen if B pans out. And she'll be like, oh, sorry, B didn't pan out, so it didn't happen. Like, come on, I can play that game too.
And don't get me started on Zack Snyder feeding into the oh
my God,
into his cult.
Oh my God,
I seen someone asking, Cyborg gonna say booyah? Hell no.
Okay, I get it. Booyah started in the
Teen Titans cartoon. Although I've
yeah.
seen people claiming, trying to say it was Teen Titans Go, so they can then say, "Oh, not many
Oh,
people like it's childish, so it's stupid." It's like, no, it was from the other anime series, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to dump on Kerry Bratton, the voice of Cyborg, and saying that when he's black too, and he loves saying it.
It's so silly, like the whole thing. Zack Snyder, in the nicest way possible, doesn't know the characters very well, in my opinion, at all.
No, but his cult acts like his take is the definitive take.
And I'm not trying to dump on a fandom or anything, but I've never seen a fandom like that. Like, I've seen Comicsgate and Fandom Menace and all of these different movements rise up, and you can't place blame on a whole movement because of one person. But it's not just one person in the Snyder Cut. It is everyone. You are fucking stupid if you don't like Cyborg. You are fucking stupid if you think Superman shouldn't have broke someone's neck. It's just like they're taking pictures. Did you see that a while back where they took pictures and had like beheaded Jeff Johns and John Berg?
Oh yeah, they took that because that's from Wonder Woman is showing having beheaded others, so they put those people on, like John Berg and all that. It's like, what the fuck? And people saying that's just like, you guys are psychos.
Yup, it is. It's fucking ridiculous. Like,
and most of these people are probably not in the comics at all. That's why they are so quick to say these are the definitive takes, because it's the type of people that they want it brought in.
Yeah, and it's exactly right. It's one fandom, like, you've seen those fucking all the variety articles or any of them that say, oh, they gave in to these toxic fanboys. No. This time, and I'm not blaming all of fandom, I've personally experienced how terrible these people are. I've never met a fandom like that before, ever.
Oh, yeah. Now, I will say this though. I think though there are some people who are the anti-Scott Snyders who are just as bad.
Oh, I agree. And I'm not anti-Scott Snyder. I think it's awesome when they listen to fans. This one time, though, it was like, hey, we got it.
It's not the right fans. It's not the right fans, even though they're listening to fans who aren't in it for the comic characters. They're in it for Zack Snyder.
Exactly. They're fans of Zack, not DC Comics.
And that's why they keep on saying, oh, he really gets it. No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. Not in my opinion. They're just.
Dominic here just said Snyder doesn't understand capes all that well. He's a creative individual, but doesn't understand capes and why people love them. The deconstruction of said genre is tiresome. Agreed.
It's become such a normal trope now.
And the other thing is, he just picks the storyline. These things are awesome. I mean, look what he did. He did Man of Steel. He took stuff from Superman Earth 1, which had just came out. Then he did he brought in both Dark Knight Returns and the Death of Superman for the very second movie. And now then in Justice League, he's hinting off to Injustice Superman. Why? Oh, because Injustice is cool and it just came out. He's picking and choosing that which are just awesome and edgy in his mind.
Exactly. I'm just not.
J.J. Abrams over Snyder. I hate to say that. At least Abrams is faithful.
I don't know anything about Abrams, so
his Star Trek and Star Wars, at least Force Awakens, where he actually had complete control of it. I don't count Rise of Skywalker.
See, I've never seen those movies. They sound super boring.
Star Trek? Really?
Well, I like Star Trek. You said Star Wars.
Yep, and Star Wars, but yeah, he did Star Trek.
Oh, I didn't know that. Which one?
Yeah, the reboot
with Chris Pine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Yep.
I've never seen his Star Wars. I have no interest in Star Wars. Like, let's fight with lasers.
Force Awakens was good.
Sure, I'll take your word for it. Yeah, no, you're showing up, AJ. You're here.
Yeah, we'll definitely see you again.
I'm so bad at double tasking. I'm getting better at it. I'm trying.
You do know you can actually see what's in the other chat on the stream if you look at comments.
Yeah, I know. That's where I'm at.
That's where you're at? Okay.
Yeah, but I just, when I talk, I talk very loudly and I use my hands and then I get distracted by my own hands and then.
True. But still though, it is, like I said, these are people who are in this as a call for Scott and for Zack.
Oh yeah, I completely agree. And And then it's like they believe literally everything Ray Fisher says. And it
everything.
doesn't matter if there's facts, because if there's evidence, you don't have to have it as long as you just believe the man.
Okay. I hate to say this, it's comparable to what Jack Kirby fanatics. I really hate to say that, because Jack Kirby, there are so many people who, near the end of his life, like the man wanted recognition. And he had a lot of recognition, many of it justly so. But then you had people who were basically to the point where they're like, yeah, you've been treated unfairly, to a degree, yes, but then they turn it up to the nth degree saying, you came up with everything. Stan stole it from you. Stan is a hack. You're the creative import. And unfortunately, Jack started to believe it near the end, because these people were actually giving him and doing stuff that were trying to help him get what he wanted, which was his artwork back and everything. So, of course, these are people who are like, hey, I owe it to these people, and I should listen to these people because they're helping me. They're the only ones who will, before he passed away. But
there's a new book coming out too about it.
Oh, really? I know about one
about Stan Lee.
Oh, you mean the hit piece book?
Yes, that's what I was.
Yeah. Again, you had that. And here's one example. I don't really like the guy Tom Scolari. He did Transformers versus G.I. Joe. He does those weird, that type of Kirby style artwork. He did a book. He did a graphic novel dedicated to Kirby. And at one point, he gets to the point where he brings up about how Jack Kirby proposed, killing off Thor and everyone in Ragnarok and making them the new gods. And what did Stan Lee say? He basically said, sorry, Jack, the Thor's too popular. But he treats it, and then it immediately cuts to Jack and his wife Roz, and Roz is saying, it's saying, oh, your ideas were too good for them anyway.
I mean, I think they both did a lot of good. I don't think there's any reason to dig into like the hit piece is doing, dig into the fact that they think they're using these like testimonials, when there's sometimes when Jack Kirby talked and then he would dial it back a few years later, and dialing it with everything, literally everything. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Exactly. Like the men that Stan Lee is dead. It's okay. Yeah,
Jack is
let him rest. Let him rest. Stop dragging his name through the mud for your own. Literally, it's for their monetary gain.
Jack was, and that Stan was not perfect. He was not Mr. Marvel like we think of him to be. I admit that. The man had an ego. But at the same time, though, he was, just, the guy is not the monster, the hack everyone keeps on saying it is. And again, just bugs me. And like I said, that whole bit with Thor, that whole bit there, that is a case where Stan had a good point. And Thor is way too popular. You're riding on high. You don't want to just kill everyone off and then replace them with new characters. That's too much of a risk that you can't go back on.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Again, that book makes it seem like your ideas were too good for them anyway, honey. It's like, really, Tom, you're going to treat it like that, where basically saying Stan was completely wrong.
I think a lot of it comes down to Stan Lee was always the face. There was people behind the face, but he was always the face. It's always it's even like that with Jeff Johns and John Berg. Like there's always somebody in the forefront and someone in the background.
And that's people think they have more power than they do.
Yeah, and even with like Steve Ditko and Spider-Man, yet most people think it's just, Stan Lee. That's going to happen, unfortunately. Look at the stuff that happened with Bill Finger and Bob Kane. That's way worse.
That is way worse, and it took them forever before they finally say whiz Bill Finger.
Yeah, what was it? Wasn't that long ago that they gave him.
It says right here. Dominic just said Stan Lee didn't actively try to take credit from them.
Yeah,
because basically even he openly admits in the early days before he started giving more credits. Back then, the writer is the one who got sole credit. It took a while before eventually became the artist as well.
Yeah, exactly. Grace Randolph is a DC shill.
I could argue that.
I would say she's more of a Marvel and Disney shill. Didn't she? She used to do videos for Marvel, right? When she first started.
Yep.
I know she's written some too.
Yep, and she is the type who's willing to throw the hatred at Jeff Johns. I think she's only in the DC.
She hates him.
She's only in the DC because of Zack Snyder.
Anytime there's an interview or anything, it's always on Grace Randolph's channel. Like, I really think that's the only thing. Like, look how much she dragged Birds of Prey. Not that it didn't deserve it. I'm just saying.
Right. Oh, right.
It
Right.
did.
Oh, yeah. But even then, though, it turned out he was completely wrong and made shit up.
And then she got called out by that Christina something,
The
and
director.
she tried to act like no, you're lying. Like, no, come on, let's not play this game. It's not.
Exactly. Let's not. But she did anyway.
Exactly. Steve Ditko and what's it say? And Jack Kirby are better creators, but Stanley exactly, and that's exactly what I was trying to say. I just can't, talk.
But I would at the same time though say that Stan was much better at mainstreaming a bunch of the ideas, and basically it's because here's the thing was Jack when he was off on his own doing his own stuff, and then you said you're reading Mr. Miracle, the original stuff. It's like his stuff, it's good. And nowadays, it fits better nowadays. But it still goes over your head. There's a reason why people kept saying that Morrison was the successor to Kirby. Because he was able to do it, fully realize what Kirby had in mind. Because there was a lot of stuff Kirby had the ideas for, but didn't know how to put into words. But then he was still saying in a way that took it to the next, that again, talked over the readers' heads at the time.
But Stan, with reading his go ahead.
When Stan's involved, he can bring it down to earth.
And with reading, like I'm going through all the old Fourth World stuff, right? It's fucking amazing, but I don't know, like I don't know how Grant Morrison is a successor. I guess maybe his early, not stuff now necessarily, but some of his stuff was just like with Green Lantern, this recent one, it was just like almost impossible to comprehend. Like he goes so deep into lore, and if you don't know those characters, there's no point of reading it. And if I can't understand it, it's really deep. Like his stuff.
Maybe because I've read so much Morrison, but I understand it.
Oh, of course you do. That doesn't surprise me a little bit.
But yeah, Stanley was the pitch and salesman, and Jack's the ideas man. Stan still had good ideas too, but like I said, I think you needed both of them. That's why when Jack didn't have Stan, he didn't do well at all. I hate to say it. Look how many books he was on all over the map without Stan. He needed Stan to exemplify his writing. Now, Stan did not need Steve to do Spider-Man because John Romita Sr. was just as good. But at the same time, and Steve had already proven that he could do stuff on his own as well. However, sorry.
Go ahead. I was just going to talk about Dominic's comment.
Oh, right. Alice, when I heard about that,
I had never heard of that. I listened to, I think it was Zach's video earlier today talking about it, and I looked it up. I'm like, holy crap. I can't believe he's doing this.
He says free fanfic.
Oh my God. But like, why aren't they producing it? I don't get it. It makes no sense. It looks so, I only got to look at a couple pages, but it looked amazing.
It's basically him just continuing on where he wanted to go. Basically, the way I see it is Claremont once did X-Men Forever, where he was able to continue where his stuff left off. So I think Byrne decided to be all like, well, I want to do the same thing.
John Lee, thank you so much. I got to go to my chat so I can see my little sticker. Hey.
Yay!
Thank you so much. Number one, and I fucking love it. That's so cute. Oh, all right. I don't even know what we're talking about. I do like Alan Moore's thoughts on Stan Lee. Then again, I don't know Alan Moore's thoughts on Stan Lee. He's always so grumpy.
I don't know either, but
don't get me wrong. I love Alan Moore, but he's such a grumpy old man.
He wasn't always. He was not always.
Really? And I think it was M. Buzz that told me that when I talked about Alan Moore a long time ago when he did his first interview for that new show.
Yep.
Everything I've ever seen of him, he's been like a grumpy old man. I had to start looking, and I actually found some stuff where he was like upbeat and jovial or whatever you want to say. I was shocked. I was like, "Is this the same person?"
I still remember the interview talking about when Julius Schwartz was talking about how he needed someone to write the last two pre-crisis Superman stories. So, and when he brought it up to Alan Moore said, barely according to Julius Schwartz, he said he stood up, walked over him and put his arms around his neck, saying, "If you don't let me write it, I will kill you." Not
Oh my
want to
god.
not want to be an accessory to my own demise. I agreed. Of course, I'm pretty sure that was exaggeration, but the fact that
I'm sure.
Alan really wanted to write the last 2 Superman stories, and to be fair though, I'm not. And looking back, I both love and hate whatever happened to the Man of Tomorrow. I love and hate. I did a video about it, but that gives my opinions on it. That story is both great and yet one of the best Superman stories, but also one of the worst Superman stories because of what it establishes.
I didn't read it. I'm just gonna be honest. I didn't read it.
By the way, I just noticed you're nearly at 20K, subscribers.
I know. I'm so excited. I'm so fucking excited. I don't know what to do. It's so crazy because when I started my channel, it was just like, okay, I actually want to have like a voice. I want to feel like somebody cares about what I have to say. And then, Terrence. Wait, let me do this.
I can understand why he hates it, though. I see why he
hates the killing joke.
I can see why, though. He's probably looking back and like not one of my best works, and unfortunately, he's got more recognition than he feels it deserves. I think that's why he hates it.
I love the killing joke. That was like my second or third comic I ever read, and I thought it was like the Bible. Like I thought it was so cool. Like I was like, all these people are dying. What's happening? I love it. I love the killing joke. I do think there are better Joker stories out there. Don't get me wrong, but I just love it for its simple fact that it was one of my first stories, and it was everything to me at that time. that and Death in the Family. Those two are like my loves. Yeah. I would always love those. But yeah, I'm so excited. I want to stream for 20K. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I'm definitely going to do something. I cannot believe it. I think a lot of it, let's be honest, has a lot to do with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, but
someone bringing up Donna just brought up how he's and best way to describe him is jovial yet cynically optimist. I mean, when you look at stuff like Prometheus and Supreme, he really understands Superman and Wonder Woman if you look at those 2 books. But then of course you look at everything else then. But hey, here's a question I wanted to ask you.
Yes.
You've heard me once using the old phrase, find your comic book joy.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. And what would you, and where I'm basically trying to find that you try to find something you will like, you like even in the most trite. Like I still stuck through Bendis' Superman because the way he wrote Superman himself was not the worst, and everything else around Superman was.
He's so dialogue heavy.
That too, but what would you say? Like, why is it like, for example, you stuck around and given more praise to mainstream comics than say so many people in comics gave who continue to dump on it? What is your comic book joy? What is it that you look for in books that make you want to buy it, whereas others would want to dump on it?
Well, I think the best way to say that is like, it's not necessarily that I love everything the industry's doing. I've been very critical of it, but knowing it's something I look forward to. It's something that in the world we live in right now that I can literally look forward to every week, whether it's bad or good. And I think more than anything, I like being able to have talk about it. I like being able to have a conversation about it because what I just never was able to before. You know what I mean? So now that I'm actually able to, it's something that it's one of the biggest things that really does bring me joy. And it's very weird. I understand that it sounds silly from, somebody in their 30s, but it is, it's the truth. It's always something that I will always love, whether it's back issues or whether it's current issues. It's something that I will always look forward to. And I was really shocked at actually how good Future State was. I thought I did a pretty good job of praising it because I was excited for it, something new. The last couple events, like Event Leviathan and Year of the Villain, okay, all right, it was okay, but it was like something I really, really enjoyed. For the most part, I was able to, a lot of people didn't like the Wally West because, Wally West gets dumped on all the time.
Well, yeah, but again, that was something clearly in the works beforehand.
Yeah, but, Wally West isn't he's all right. Like he's not my favorite. He was always the annoying one to me. So I'm like, well, so we need
Agree
a
to
new.
disagree on that.
I know most people really do like him, but I'm in the small minority that's just like, okay, it's Wally. Like if it was Barry, I'd be like, how dare you? But it's Wally, so I'm like, all right, kill him, make him evil. Let's see what we can do. I like knowing that every single week I have that to look forward to. It just takes me out of reality for a little bit and gives me, more than anything, being able to talk about it. I love that.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, I mean, for me, it's basically trying to find any type of the comics, be it the big two, the uh, Indiegogo made comics, and just look for either characters I really like, or if they're telling good stories I want to see continue going forward, or if they're indie books, stuff that has clever premises, like, or just good artwork or good writers.
Yeah. And see, I'm really bad about hi Adrian. I am so bad about being a creature of habit. Like everything has to be the same for me. Like if I get a new phone or something, I freak out. Like I hate change. I hate it. And so it's kind of one of those things that keeps repetition good. And I don't know, it's fucking weird. Everyone in the chat's like, what the fuck am I listening to right now?
True, but I was saying, Dominic just brought up Planetary. I know I've suggested that to you.
Yes, I've read some of Astro City, but yes, I know like the anything by Alex Ross is beautiful.
Yep, and that was Kurt Busiek who writes it.
Yeah, Kurt Busiek resist. God, that guy, he's something else.
Yeah, but he's a great writer.
He is a great writer.
He's one of those. That's the other thing is, I think that's part of the reason why I choose to separate the art from the artist is that if there's someone who hasn't let their controversy change their writing, like Mark Waid, although Mark Waid did show he still got it, was that Last Stories of the DC Universe Superman story.
Yeah.
Or Gail Simone. Again, Gail Simone still got it if her heart's in the right place.
I mean, her story in Wonder Woman 750 was bad, though.
True, but her Wonder Woman Conan story was great.
Yeah, she can write. She chooses not to. That's the difference.
Yeah, but for some reason, she chose to write very good on that particular story. That particular crossover. And again, without emasculating Conan.
You know what? Now that I have you on here,
mm-hmm.
Generations.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
What, you mean Superman Batman Generations?
No. I'm talking about Generation Shattered or whatever it is.
Oh. That one, it feels like, personally, here's where I read it, and we won't know until we get the finale forged. But the way I see it is, remember how they said at the end of Death Metal, how time is still, or hyper time is still in flux? I think this is a case where a long-standing Superman villain, Dominus or something.
Yeah.
He's the one trying to take advantage of the flexibility of hyper time. And because of that, you had Booster Gold initially, but then of course you had to have Kamandi take over and gather up all these other heroes from different points, not counting present day, to try and deal with the threats. And unfortunately, Dominus had taken over the Time Masters to deal with them, among other people. And at the end, they're just leading. This was all set up, and we're going to see it resolved in the next part. Is what I think. I think this just meant to be.
I'm sure, but it felt like an acid trip. Like it was great. It really was. It was good. Don't get me wrong. I definitely enjoyed it, but it really felt like. And then when he obviously spoilers chat for Generations. When he walked into the sitcom, I'm like, what the fuck did I like? It felt like
WandaVision.
Yes, but it was like, it was a good acid trip. Like it was very, very fucking weird. When's Forged come out?
End of this month.
It's
supposed to be one of the months that closes things out.
Yeah, and I don't even understand where it fits in. At all.
I think this is happening off screen as everything else is going on. That's why I said, because if you notice, they don't bring anyone from present day. No one.
It's very weird. I don't know. I don't. At this point, they need to, when Infinite Frontier starts, they need to really hammer. I don't know. Like, hammer out the timeline. They have to. They have to. My brain will explode. I don't understand, and I don't like it. I fucking hate it.
I gotta say this. I just noticed something. I added up all my usual comics because I always add up how much I'm going to be putting down for the week. Despite the new price points and everything, I'm going to be spending a lot less at least the next 2 months than I have had lately. Normally I'd be up to like $6.50, $60. Most of these I don't top out 40.
Yeah, there's less, but they're also they also have the backups. Yeah.
But I'm saying the price points is higher, but I'm saying the amounts they release each week kind of make up for that.
Yeah, that's true. But even with I think the backup stories make up for that too a little bit. I know a lot of people didn't like the price point. I get it. I really, really do. But I wonder if they could release something that would be without a
let me put it this way. If these people who buy crowdfunded Indiegogo comics can actually put down money for $25 for a 45-page comic that's going to take over 2 years to come out, they have no right to complain about price point for something that matches a higher page count.
I know. I find it funny. It's like, well, you're gonna pay $25 plus $10 shipping and handling, but $3.99. How fucking dare you?
Or
I know. $7.99, but they're usually like they usually have 3 stories in them. I find it funny, and I get it.
Higher page count and everything.
I get it. You don't want to spend more, but like, don't do that whole thing. Like, you're gonna buy.
See ya, Eric.
Oh, bye, Eric. I'm sorry. Like, don't. Yeah, I get it. But if you're gonna complain about one, you got to complain about the other. Like, I know there's people out there putting indie comics out for a lot cheaper than $25 each. That's generally the price. But
I'll be honest, if you don't mind me bringing this up, with a lot of the Indiegogo crowdfunded comics, I feel like we're reaching a point where we need to adjust the price point and either make sure you're getting more bang for your buck or you are getting a better deal than just a bunch of goodies. And if I could be honest, my 2 standards lately, this might be heresy to some people in the chat, but it's Doug TenNapel and Tim Lim and Mark Pellegrini's work.
Yeah, I agree. I would add
your boy Zach?
Yeah, Zach, and actually, if you've seen
Bolton too.
I don't know who that is. RJ, he's the guy that goes, "Hey, I'm RJ." Something. I like his channel. I watch all of his videos, but he sounds like a robot. He dropped a Indiegogo I seen yesterday. It looks really, really good. Like it does, and I don't mind spending a little bit more to.
Oh, a little bit more, yes, but not. I mean, I hate to say this, there's a reason why Rainbow Brute is nowhere near going to come near $1 million.
I won't support anything from me. Then he literally called me a jerk, like in a bunch of names, like 2 weeks ago. I'm just like, dude, stop. If you're trying to fish to get me make a video about you, I'm not, because that's how much you mean to me.
Yep, and I mean just look at like I said, Doug TenNapel. He puts out like over 100 pages, oversized hardcovers, and yes, if you live in somewhere like Australia, it's going to go through the nose to get shipped to you. But it's better than shipping out of us. It's better than shipping out of Australia where everyone's getting paid through the nose. I'm not going to name names.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't pay attention to that.
Mass Sword Nerd, Ethan called her a jerk.
Oh, yeah, and then he called me mean. I'm like, I'm mean? I've never, okay, yeah, maybe. No, not mean, just honest, honey. Just honest. Tim Lim's third value. Yeah, I will support. I have no problem supporting Tim Lim and some of the others. Like, they've always, it comes down to how you treat people, especially in indies. It's so important in indies to be a jester or a harlequin. You're there to entertain and you shut your fucking mouth. Like, if you want to sell your book, like people like I would say the most, in my opinion, would be Zach. He's always treated, no matter what, always, even if he disagrees with me, always treated with me with respect. Came on the channel for an interview, done stuff, and been always nice to me. And I can say the same comment to him that I can say to Ethan, and I get called an asshole. Like, I'm just not going to play your games, but I have no problem getting no. You know what I mean?
Now, I do think Zach is starting to stretch himself a bit thin. Because if I could be honest, I'm a bit on the fence with continuing to support him, given how the writings went for um, um, Iron Sights 2 and those Pandemic and the Ballad of No. But I look at Iron Sights 2 as he didn't know where to go was it after the first one, because the first one he refined, so I can give that a pass. And the other two, he just rushed out to make sure they were timely. But
I'd rather have quality than timely.
exactly.
At least in my opinion.
So I'm going to judge it based off of Expendables and Jawbreakers.
See, I've never seen, they're saying about he can be a bully. I'm assuming you're still talking about Zach. I've never.
He's talking about Ethan.
Ethan. Oh, okay. Well, yeah,
he's a great artist.
He's an amazing artist, and an amazing asshole.
Yes.
Oh, bye. Too tired. Oh, go get some sleep. Oh, I'm getting there myself. I figure we'll stream till about 9 if that's okay with you.
Oh, that's fine. I go all night, but
I always try to make it like 2 hours because I know
I do too. Although to be fair, this won't go. If you go to 2 hours, it's not going to go in your library account.
No, that's okay.
They don't transfer 2-hour videos.
Oh, that's all right. I mean, I actually finally got that synced up. It took 2 weeks.
Oh, so same here. I got mine synced up too.
Like, I'm trying to use alternate tech and stuff, but it just, like, I've been on BitChute for like 2 years and I'm still not at 1,000 subs. It's just the platforms aren't there right now, at least. Oh, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Duggan's book is very solid, but obviously he hasn't gone in his groove yet.
Are you talking about the match?
Soul
Finder. Yeah, I always think of the match in the beginning. Yeah. And he came on for an interview too. He was so professional, nice.
Yep, I've had him on an interview too. I've had Mark Belgrini and Tim Lim on my show. I've had Ethan in one of my enjoying shows. And Mike Miller, I'm liking a lot of his work, but his is always depending on what the book is.
His Bless This House or whatever. It was so fucking cute. Bless This Mess. It was so cute.
Too bad I didn't make it.
I know, it was so cute. I got a soft spot for Mike Miller, I'm not going to lie. Just because he got me back. Yep, Injustice. I love his Injustice stuff.
Well, there's nothing wrong with it. He does some really good writing. I like how he actually asks people out to help with his editing.
Yeah, he's super professional. He's asked me to come on the channel before. He's always like, you would have come on the channel in 5 minutes. Like, what?
Ethan is notorious for that. And then he will insult you because you didn't come on.
Yeah, that's what Ethan did to me.
Yep. Oh, I gotta say, I did check out Shane Davis's stuff. I'll be honest, something feels off about Shane and his wife.
Oh no, Shane's mean.
Yeah,
I was so excited. Grace, and I didn't know. I don't keep up with Comicsgate at all. I have no interest anymore. So I seen Shane Davis on YouTube.
Oh yeah, and I'm excited too.
I'm like, oh my God, that's so cool. I love his work. And then I said something about it was a video about DC and I said something and he was super rude back. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. Like,
and he's just
your book looked really cute, but
and he's just as notorious with his delays on when this book is coming out as he's following Ethan's approach with everything.
Fun fact. Wait, where'd it go? Although it's untrue that rubbing a toad causes warts, it gives a toad. What the fuck?
Oh, the horny toads.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Oh, yeah. I'm so easily entertained.
And don't get me started on how Shane and his wife started bringing up that whole Zack Snyder stole from us right before his campaign started. I'm sorry. I think Ethan, you should realize doing this controversy before your campaigns or near the end of your campaigns does not work.
I know, and I don't really have anything against him at all. Like, I don't think he meant to be rude to me. I really don't.
Oh, right, I understand, but again, I feel like he's following the same traps.
I feel like he's kind of cookie cutter Ethan, or trying to be.
Yeah, and again, I really liked it. I've met the guy a few times. He was very nice then.
Oh, that's cool.
I know, but lately, I don't know. I think lately he got a little full of himself, personally. And but he doesn't realize that hype has died down.
Ego's a killer. That's what we were just talking about with Tom King.
Yeah.
You can't get that rock star personality, or your writing will go down the hill. Your customer service, everything goes down the hill right there. Yeah, so I don't interacting with anybody.
Go ahead. No, I was gonna say, he's the guy who gave up doing volume 3 of Superman Earth 1 for whatever reason when he could have finished it off. And instead, I didn't hear much about any projects for him for quite a while. And then eventually that hype he had died down fast.
Yeah, it's a shame that gets to it. I feel like there's still some though. Like Tom Taylor, I would say would be one. And that's what I was saying. That's why I don't like interacting with these people. I don't use social media or Twitter or stuff like that. It's just easier to keep the veil on and separate it. And just I don't care who you voted for. I don't care any of that. Write a good story. And I like it. It's not easy. It's not a magical method. It's be nice. That's it.
Exactly. And I'll be honest, I've noticed that a lot of the pros these days are not as hostile as they were unless you're a Trump supporter. I'm talking about as far as comic fans. If you come in just talking about their work politely and give them criticism, they're being a bit more reasonable lately if you give them criticism. Not if you tell them off and then expect them to treat you with respect back. It's like, no.
Yeah. If you have legit criticism, that's good. Like some of the best criticism I've ever got on this channel has changed the way I edit or do my thumbnails or stuff. And people are afraid to give criticism. No, criticism a good thing. It makes you better. It makes you more whether it's the way you edit or the way you do things. It helps. But just don't come in and be like, you fucking suck.
But you never do that in a convention. I don't know if many people do it at conventions. Why do they feel they could do it online?
Because they're anonymous. That's all it is.
And yet they expect these people to be like, let me say it, but you cannot say anything nasty back to me.
Exactly.
That's not how it works.
You can defend yourself, but if someone's just giving you criticism, don't be rude back. It's really not. It's not a magical method. It's called being nice. Like, it's just not that hard.
Yeah, I mean, again, I have nothing against Ethan. I get what he's trying to go with. I used to think a bit more, conspiracy stuff with him for a while, but I just think that things are mellowing out, calming down with everything, and some people have recognized it and others have not. And I think Ethan falls into one of those who needs to realize things are not going in his favor. But unfortunately, he's surrounded by a lot of people who tell him otherwise.
Well, I mean, they kind of are going in his favor. He makes a lot of money off his Indiegogos.
But not as much.
Well, still, even so, like, I don't want to badmouth him. I ain't got nothing against him. Okay, maybe a little bit just because he's rude to me. But, I think the easiest way to literally get rid of all of that is you unsubscribe or you unfollow. You leave the person alone. They leave you alone. It's that simple.
Exactly. Now, I can say the same thing for pros who dump on, other people as well.
Well, yeah. But a lot of times they get dumped on too.
Oh, yeah. And that's the other thing that bothers me so much. You have these people who get, dump on the pros, and yet then they expect it's like saying Comicsgate has really been harassing them. But it's like, no, they never harassed it. You're the one who's harassed it. Like, what are you talking about? There are people who harass it. Stop acting like you don't see just because you can't see it, it doesn't exist. And that they should just take your word for it.
Yeah, my thing is I don't want to pin everybody in that group as the harasser. I don't want to be hyperbolic about it and be like, Comicsgate is a hate movement, like they say. I don't think so. I think there are truly people in there that want better for comics. I think there's a lot of people that piggyback off of it to get a comic made, no matter how bad it is. And I think there's a lot of people out there that use it as a veil for being mean. So if you're one of those good people, that's wonderful.
Oh, yeah, and if you're a good person, that's why I take it as a case by case of
exactly, and that's what you should do.
Exactly. I mean, I still remember the time I met up with Richard Pace at a convention, talked to him, really good guy, and I brought up how I said I had friends with CG and within Comicsgate. He said, dump him. You're too nice of a guy. Dump him. Basically,
God did the same thing to me.
Yeah, but he was saying that to me, saying like he wasn't saying it against me. He was just saying dump them, to which is fine. How many times have you ever been when you talk to someone? I remember there were some people, not everyone, but some in CG where you're saying I'm on good terms with these pros. And they treat you like you don't know you're not a good fan or whatever. It's like,
yep.
Really?
Scott did the same thing to me, Scott Snyder, when I first, when I was still back on Twitter. Like, okay, here's all the drowned Earth PDF. I probably shouldn't say that. That's regardless. Here's this. here's A. But these people are bad. Stay away from them.
Yep.
Because I was new.
And he talked down a little too. I remember he did that to me as well,
Uh,
where he acts like you should see this issue. Now there are times where I'm like, there are some things I agree with him on, but then there were other cases where I'm like, dude, you're going a little overboard.
yeah, a lot of times, or he would be super nice, like when is his kid's name Quinn?
I think. Yeah, right around
Yeah.
time when he was
Right around time the Quinn was born, he would like send me pictures and be super nice, and the next thing he'd be like, "How dare you say that?" Like, what? Stop.
I've heard that about him. I have
It's
heard
weird.
that about him, that he could be full of himself and
He
with an
blocked me.
ego.
He blocked me. I'm not surprised. Not even a little bit.
Yep, but what can you do, right?
It's funny. He tries. He really does try, but you can't force your views down someone else's throat. It's okay to not agree with me or not agree with him. It's normal. It's normal. People in real life don't get mad about it.
Again, it goes on both sides. That's why I say I'd rather be in the middle where I judge both sides accordingly and be able to say, hey, you're in the wrong, but you're not. You're no sunshine yourself.
Never got into Twitter because I don't want to join a call. Yeah. Bye, David. Thank you so much for stopping.
See you, Dave.
Yeah. It is such a toxic atmosphere. And the thing that is so bad about it is it's so controlling to what the entertainment industry uses. They use that as like a definitive source as to what people want. And it's not.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. I mean, well, politics does that too.
It's true, but it's like not most. I mean, obviously there's a variety, but they're generally a lot of very, 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 very far left people on that platform. And they'll take their word, a very small minority, as to what they should do with this, whether it's Star Wars or Batman. It's like, yeah, you got to have a better mind than that. This is not what everybody wants.
Yeah,
Stop.
just like Dominic just said, Twitter's not real life. Enough said.
Exactly, because people in real... Oh, okay. Thanks for stopping by, Steven.
Yeah,
I appreciate you. It's such a vocal minority that they listen to. It's really, really, like, if just go outside. Go outside for a little bit. Or
I sound like an old person saying that.
I am an old person.
I'm sorry. It reminds me of that song from Avenue Q. There's life outside your apartment.
Hold on. Mass Swordsman, I didn't say it. I'm sorry. Thank you for stopping by.
See ya. But yeah, there's that song called There's Life Outside Your Apartment. And basically it's like, that's true. There's life outside the internet. But you only do see it if you open up that door.
Yeah, but some people don't. That's the scary, especially now. Like,
oh yeah, with the pandemic and everything.
And they just stay, and then they believe that's real life, and then it's like, this isn't real life, guys. It's okay. It's okay to have a digital life and talk about your politics online, but don't have expect everybody to have the same views. If everyone could realize that, then it would be fine, but nobody can. And I'm not talking about just the left. There's people on the right that are just as bad.
Exactly. There are people on the right who are just as bad. I mean, like I said, the anti-Zack Snyder cult as well. The anti-side, where they are just as monstrous, like mocking Zack, saying like, oh, your daughter deserved to kill herself and all that because you're not a good father. It's like, what the hell?
That's terrible. Like, that's fucking terrible. Why would you ever say that? It's a father losing his child. You don't ever do that. Like, that's awful.
Or you have people who say, hey, I get enjoyment out of, say, Steven Universe, yourself, yours truly is included. And everyone's like, how dare you like Steven? Or you just feel so bad because you can't say anything about it, good about it among your peers because you see how much they dump on it.
Why? What's wrong with Steven Universe? What did I...
Oh, they're the whole, it pushes agendas and everything. And yeah, the writing wasn't the greatest, but then if you take into account, like I do, like behind the scenes issues and everything, then you're like, okay, I understand. Like, for example, the reason why the series ended when it did, it could have gone on longer, but they chose to do a wedding between two of the gems. Again, the gems are they technically have no gender, but they are more female-like.
Oh, so it's like all the gender fluid. See,
Well,
I've
no,
seen it on.
I wouldn't even say they're gender fluid. They're gems who have these holographic projections of themselves. They just happen to be all feminine.
That's weird. I don't understand it.
Okay, but let's look at them all as a race of women. That's how you can look at it. All the race
So
of women.
2 women got married, and that was like the end of the world.
Because the show was also still doing well in other areas where it's illegal for gayness and everything, that they decided it's like, here's your option. You can either keep going longer and wrap up the story the way you want, or you could do the wedding, but you got to start wrapping things up.
See, my biggest thing with like, you know,
sex.
Oh, MK. Hey, Trish, ever watch I Love Comics? They're fans. I love comics. Okay, Ingleteen. I went on there twice before. I did a Thunderdome, and then just a chit chat after Stan Lee died. I love them. I actually got a comment from one of them, one that RDV I think said about coming on the channel. So I think I'm gonna get a hold of them and go do a live stream with them. I haven't in a long time, and I really, really like them. I think Ingleteen is almost a little bit more critical than I am, so it would be good for conversation.
Oh yeah, and trust me, Ingleteen's one of the reasons I got started with a lot of my stuff.
He's a good guy. All of them on there. I think Eric Bringo's on there too.
Yep.
He's awesome.
Finished that Thunderdome. They never finished it because I know I wasn't one of them, and I never got brought in to do a follow-up.
I know. I won mine too. I was so scared. Like that was probably only the 3rd or 4th time I had ever been live, and I was like shaking, scared. Okay, I'm a baby, anyways. But
hey, you're doing great so far.
I'm getting used to it. I really like casual. Oh my God, I can't think of her name. I seen her channel. Why isn't it showing up here? I think there's a little bit of it there. Right here.
Mary?
I don't remember her name. She wears wigs and has coffee. That's how I remember her. But the funny thing about her is I love her. Don't get me wrong. She used to be on Top 10 Nerd. And I used to watch that all the time. I still do watch that kind of stuff, and she used to be on there. I love her. She's so cute and funny. She's another girl channel that I think is rare but fucking awesome.
Viper Girl, is that who it is?
No, it's Casually Comics. Hold on.
They just mentioned it, Casually Comics.
Yeah, let me see if I can show it.
I'm looking up right now. Oh,
here.
her.
Can I bring it up on here? Let's see if I can.
I think you can, yeah. Yep, I see her with the wigs.
Wait, no, why does it say remove? Hold on. It's not, okay.
On. Let me try. I think I can share on
There we go. I got it.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Yep.
And she's so fucking cute. I love her. And the thing I really like about her is she's like me. She goes back and forth, like, between the new stuff and the old stuff. She does a lot of, like, female characters. And
she just brought up the Batman, and it's the Brave and the Bold issue with Superman and Catwoman. That is so one of my favorite comic issues, especially that Mark Waid has written.
I haven't watched her in a few days. I watched her Future State stuff. I usually watch most of her stuff, but I really, really like her. And I like that she does a good job of like just being like fun and quirky.
Oh, I'm going to check her out.
Yeah, I would definitely
check out her videos.
Okay, Robert. I love comics. I like him too. I don't know what he's done lately.
I really don't know.
He does a lot of live streams. I always see like these what is this? We Love Comics. I've never heard of them. He always does like these clickbaity things that I have to just click. Like I'm like, hi Hydra Comics. It doesn't matter if it's clickbait. I'm like, I want to know what you're talking about. Tell me.
Yep. Trust me, I know. Anna Star Wars Girl is a great artist, and she is. And someone said she's very vocal. I'm not dumping on her. Her video's just not to my style.
Oh, I like Anna. I think she's really cute. I have a soft spot for her just because when I first the first time I ever found her is when her sister was missing. Like that, I always just like my heart pours out for her. I feel so bad. She's such a great. We Love Comics is OG like you. Let me see. I've never seen their channel. Like, hey, you want to watch a live stream where I just go through people's channels?
Hey, other people have done that, so.
I'll subscribe.
I
Wait,
think
is it?
I think I follow them. Let me check at my
I've
end.
never heard of. I can't believe it. I usually am. Is something playing? Can you guys hear that?
No way I can't because you're not sharing the audio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, trust me, I can help you out with that later on and how to share audio.
I still haven't figured that out. I like finding new channels because I always like knowing a variety of like in not necessarily like my opinions. Like another one I really like lately. Let me see if I can find it. I'm sure I can. BJ Kicks, I think it is. Yeah. Um, he was actually the one I when I originally did my so I did a when I did my video about the preview of the other or the other history of the DC. I hated it. I hated it. I watched his video on it and I was like, okay, like I get it. It means something to you. I can't hate something that means something to somebody because if it means something to them, it's important. That's you know what I mean. Like,
Yep.
I may not like it. I may be critical of it, but if it means something to somebody, BJ Kicks does a really good job of doing videos. I really like his channel a lot lately.
Now, one channel, like one pair of channels I like are Gem Mint Collectibles and Near Mint Condition because they go over because they get a lot of comics in advance or toys or whatnot, and they go over them and just give their thoughts, or they show talk to you about omnibuses that are on their way forward, so they tell you if it's worth it or not. That way you
Oh
don't
yeah,
have to put down the money for everything like that.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't. It's not. I don't know if it's just I don't like. It's not that I don't like that channel. It's just I don't watch it enough to care. Like
Well,
some,
it
like
depends on the omnibus. It depends on the omnibus for me.
yeah. I think I kind of look for more personalities in the people, and then when I like their personality, I start watching their videos, and that's kind of. I seen someone mention Comics Explain.
Oh, yep,
Always really
comics.
good. It got. I always listen to like the comic story and his like. I wish I could do that. Like I'm not kidding. I don't. I can't think of enough things. Like I'm like, ooh, look at the pink this, and there's a rock and it's throwing, and Batman just took a step, and it's just like I can't do it. I can't. I can't.
Well, I don't go into that much detail, but it's pretty much what my videos are.
I can't do it like he does such a good job.
Yep. Oh, someone else brought up just some guy.
Oh, just some guy's hilarious. Like
And
just some guy's great.
And they brought up clownfish.
Oh, they're great too.
I love them for the most part, but I think their Warner Bros. DC Comics stuff has gone a little bit too much on the it's doom, the doomer side of things.
Oh yeah, I think so too. But that's what I said. I like I don't always want to just hear everything's great. I want everybody's opinion. I think though just some guy takes it when it comes to being funny. He always like I think the first video I ever watched of him, he was talking about Spider-Man. I guess somebody wanted Spider-Man to be bisexual. And he was like, and this comes from a guy that sucks dick. And I like literally almost choked on my pop. I'm like, what did I just hear? Fucking, he's so funny.
Yep. So what kind of books are you reading currently?
Me?
Yeah. Like any back issues or anything.
Nerd Wonder and Weaponized Nerd Rage. Oh, always good content. Back issues right now?
Yeah.
I am reading Fourth World stuff right now as far as back issues. Anything that has to do with or even gives insight to Mr. Miracle. I'm gonna do a deep dive. I'm obsessed with Mr. Miracle right now. I love Mr. Miracle. He's such a like underutilized character.
Well, speaking of which, I bet since you've read through Tom King stuff, I bet you that gives you more context into that third issue of DC's Dead Planet, where you had first Orion did a whole standing and having his son Jacob in there.
Yeah, and I didn't get that at first because I didn't read it because it was Tom King, and I was just like, So when I read back through, I love the standing thing. I love it. I love their Jacob. But they never showed the daughter, and I still don't understand it. Like I still think about it. Like is he?
Again, he is.
I think he like that whole like whatever it's called, like blue pill and red pill, blue pill. Yeah.
Yep.
He took the blue pill.
Yeah, he chose to stay. Like he could have resurrected himself, but he chose like,
Yep.
I'd rather be in purgatory all my life.
Yep. So it's like, would you rather live in a fake reality, but you were happy, or would you rather really know everything? That's a really fucking hard question to answer. Like,
Now,
because he had everything. He had a Barda, like Barda's super hot, except for she's like 7 foot tall. It's so weird to me.
well, that's how she always is.
I know, but whenever I hear the name Barda, I think of like a big, just monster of a woman. Like just so round. I don't know. I love Big Barda, don't get me wrong, but and then, in this fake reality it's Jacob, and then the baby girl. So
I think so long as it doesn't show there's any consequences for staying in that world. Yeah, but
exactly.
It's not like the Matrix where you're dying and you're being used as a power battery.
Yeah, wait, I'm confused. Oculus, one by Facebook. Why? What's wrong with Oculus? I love my Oculus.
Where's
I'm confused. No, I Oculus. Well, Oculus 2 is what I have, but
yeah.
What is it because it's owned by Facebook? Facebook is a joke, but yeah, I get it.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, he's saying that if you want to use an Oculus Rift, you need a Facebook account. I get that.
So just create one and never use it. Facebook is, I don't know, useless to me. Like the only thing I use the Messenger. That's it.
I think that's what everyone does there.
Yeah, it's convenient, but Facebook, I have no interest in.
Yeah, but as far as me and my backstories, I mean, you've seen my bookshelves. I've shown photos of those. You know my collection. I got so much to go over, but lately I've been going back over the Thanos graphic novels.
Oh, lordy.
Yeah, by Jim Starlin. So those have been great reads, and it's such a shame that he got screwed over by Tom Brevoort, who clearly had it out for him.
Well, yeah, I guess I should read some of the old Marvel stuff. Just, the draw to me isn't there anymore, like at all. Even the older stuff. I love the old X-Men. I love the old X-Men, but the draw to me to look into even the Avengers isn't there anymore.
I think I can make some recommendations for you, like Joss Whedon's Astonishing X-Men. I think that'd be up your alley.
Oh, well, see, it's X-Men. It probably would. It says Facebook collects all your data. Yeah, that's true. They listen to everything.
I know, to the point where if they follow you or Google, I still remember Tim Pool giving this example of a girl had, they got notes saying about being pregnant. Her father confronted her, and it turns out she did searches about things that were surrounding pregnancy, and they just put 2 and 2 together and then sent something off in the mail. And it basically, she was keeping a secret, all that.
It's like
what the heck?
In the 50s, everyone was afraid they were going to be wiretapped, and we literally have wiretaps on every single device that you have. Like everything. They can listen to you from everything. There's no way to hide anymore, really.
Someone's asking if Berserker's out yet. I think it starts in February.
Yeah, I think so. I'm going to be super surprised if Ava DuVernay, I wanted to talk about this, doesn't race Ben, Big Barda. I'm going to be super surprised if she doesn't race and gender bend everybody. Maybe not. What is she? Is she going to use like Shiloh Norman instead, so she can you know what I mean? Like, he's in the comics, so it's okay.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, I mean, look at what it leads with Marvel. They made sure, yes, they could bring Miles in, but they had to make sure they had Peter. But they didn't also try and give him Peter's girls either. So that would be stupid if they go with Shiloh Norman. And give him Big Barda. You're like, no.
It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I don't think they will. I think you're probably right. They're probably raise
which kitty did I just hear?
It's Hush. He wants attention. He just came up and sat next to me, so I'm like, all right, go. He was trying to get my mic with his little paw.
Oh, Hush is always bothering you, isn't he?
Hush is obsessed.
He loves his mama.
He's so cute, though. He always comes up and sit in my shirt, like, all the time. That's what he was trying to do when he was getting my mic. I'm like, dude, chill out. My main issue is the fact that you have to sign into Facebook. Yeah, I get that.
Oh, I do, too.
Yeah, exactly. It's irrelevant to it functioning at all, but you still have to have it. And that's just simply because it's made by him. It's dumb. But the thing is, yeah, you can blame it on Facebook, but you're walking around with your phone and it's same thing. Like, if someone really wanted to listen to you at this point with our technology, they're gonna listen to you. Like,
Oh yeah,
like
I mean, technically they can listen to you at any time. Certain apps can just tap into your microphone without you even knowing about it.
I know, or if you have like Echo Dot or the Google Home stuff, like I have random conversations with Alexa. She just like fucking ignores it. I used to ask it like when the election was going on. Like election
I remember you did a recording of that at one point.
Yeah, like is I said asked something about President Trump and it said something about bots. And then it was like I asked something about Biden. It was like Biden is projected winner. I'm like, Alexa, do you have a bias on the presidency? I do not understand your question.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't.
You just told me something when I mentioned President Trump about bots, but you told me Biden won before it was even okay, Alexa. I believe you. Like fucking hilarious when I know they're like basically wiretaps, but they're fun to fuck with. One time, like just she's friend zoned me the one time she wanted to have a relationship. She's like, I can't do that.
Like, okay, someone asked you about the race bending Tim Drake.
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
They didn't change. We don't know if they changed his origins. We just know that he is race bent.
Yeah, he's definitely race bent. I don't know. I would like to say I would give Titans the benefit of the doubt because I have enjoyed Titans, but what was the necessity? Was he the best for the role? Tell me why.
I mean, it's like how they took Rose and decided, let's make sure that it's very obvious she's Asian. I know at least
Rose was Asian,
but she's not obviously Asian.
I know, but neither is Damien, but he's still Asian. Like, I don't mind that at all. If you're gonna make someone obviously.
I'm just saying, I'm pointing out because I know Ian Miller once told me on my channel he had issue with that. He did not like how they decided to take someone who's supposed to be part Asian but not Asian apparent, but make it instead, oh no, she's full blown Asian. It's like, no, when you look at it, there's a reason why. For at least New 52, she was full on white. She got people annoyed, but because you can tell.
Right, but this is totally different. This is completely changing. I didn't know they changed his origins though, but it's just
I don't think they did. I don't know if they did or not.
I haven't looked enough into it, but it's so silly. See, but there's a thing. There are certain versions of race bent characters that are better, and it's never happened in these.
I always bring up Daredevil's Kingpin,
and another really good one is I don't know, I can't remember what number. Rumor from Umbrella Academy, and that gave her a really good storyline about civil rights, and she was race bent from a blue haired weirdo, right?
Or heck, in a gender
the boys,
bend, yeah, the gender bend in The Boys.
And they race bent A-Train too.
Oh yeah, exactly. There are times where it worked, but so long as they don't make it the race be part of the character, this guy because the actor was good. Which again, that could be that case here. We do not know that. That's why I am getting annoyed at people who just jump in immediately to the.
I'm usually reactionary like that. I'm like, why? It's stupid. Prove it to me. You'd made the right decision. You have to prove it now.
Yep. Well, hey, look, you're the one who's giving at least some approval to Batwoman recently.
I know. I got so much backlash for that.
Yep.
I had someone.
Still
at it. Like I got someone saying it is objectionably true that Batwoman was bad. I'm like, okay, I didn't mind it. Well, then you're wrong. How am I wrong? It's just an opinion. I didn't mind it. I don't watch a lot of TV. I don't know all these great things. I didn't mind it. It's silly to me.
Yeah, I mean, I would say this. Race bending Jimmy Olsen wasn't bad at first, but as it went on,
yeah, I didn't like that.
I didn't like it in the long run, but initially I didn't mind it. But then it turned out he was just Jimmy in name only. Then I'm like, oh, screw you.
He actually became the Guardian, didn't he?
Yeah, which is weird because Jimmy's never become the Guardian.
Yeah, it was weird.
He was more Mel Duncan than he ever, except never being the Herald, than he was being Jimmy Olsen.
Oh my goodness, yeah. It's just Supergirl.
Here's another case of a race bend that wasn't bad. Oh geez, what's his name? Morpheus from Matrix. Lawrence Fishburne as
yeah,
white, in the Zack Snyder stuff. He wasn't bad.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Now Perry White, that's Lois and Clark's boss at the Daily Planet.
Oh yeah, I guess that was Ray Spent, but he wasn't like a hero.
No, he wasn't, but he was still a main character.
Yeah, that's true. I guess
it's better than Jimmy Olsen getting killed off in the director's cut.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
They put him in there and then they execute again. Hey, tell me again how Zach has everything's best interest.
He doesn't. Regardless, my cats are calling, so I'm gonna finish up here. Oh my gosh! So probably Starfire. I like Anna Dwight. She does a good job. I mean, she's not the prettiest girl in my opinion, but with the role, and then her sister Blackfire was just introduced in season 2. Does a great job. So, yeah, it's not terrible. I'm hoping, hoping beyond all hope. Same with Gaiman, Neil Gaiman, Lucifer. She reminds me of that Constantine Angel. So I think I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Regardless, I gotta get going though.
Okay. Well,
thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I'm going to be starting to do this more often. I've been trying at least every 2 weeks, if not every week. Do you want to plug your channel? Do you want to plug your channel?
Oh yeah, check out my channel. I'll put the link down in the bottom in the chat again. Just give me one moment and
go for it.
Yep, and yeah, just check. Oh, that's not it. Wrong link. Don't want to put that in there, but yeah, just check out my stuff. I'm going to be posting my videos, my Rambo reviews I did with Ingrid, and Cheetah Iron Adventure going to have some more movies we're going to watch and review.
Awesome. Yeah, I will have, and I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow yet. I'll figure that out tomorrow. That's future Tristan's problem.
Get back to your premiere videos, I say.
I know. Yeah, I've got Death Metal and DC, so going to get those up this week. I'm so behind.
It's okay.
All right. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Okay.
Dominic, I would but I don't own the Lethal Weapon movies. Sorry.
All right. Bye, guys.
See ya.